AITA for attempting to get a family with kids evicted? I recently moved in an apartment complex and next to me lives a family of 4. The parents with their 2 kids. The kids seem to be young. One is clearly a baby and the older one possibly under the age of 3. The family also apparently owns their own apartment and they don't rent. Their kids play a lot all day long. Thankfully not during quiet hours. Quiet hours are 10 p.m. till 8 a.m. and 2 p.m. till 5 p.m. But they're very loud. Especially the oldest one. But the baby. I think the baby is barely 1. Cries a lot too. I don't know how they manage to keep them quiet during quiet hours, but the rest of the day it's a nightmare. I tried to leave a note on their doors to keep the kids from playing multiple times and asked them to do it out of respect for the neighbors. The mom knocked on my door and apologized for the noise but said that they're kids and it's normal for them to play and be loud, and as long as they're quiet during quiet hours she shouldn't be expected to tie them down on a bed to keep them quiet all day long. I insisted it's disrespectful, but she said that if I have a problem with kids making noise I should rent an apartment on a complex that does not allow children, and that there are many complexes like that in our area. She also suggested me some. I thought it was ridiculous of me to be the one to be told to move out instead of them trying to be more respectful. I contacted my landlord and asked if I can do something to evict the family. He said that's not possible since they comply by the complex rules and they also own their house. And that illegally there's nothing I can do. I was complaining about that to my sister and I told her what my landlord and the mom of the apartment next door told to me, but she apparently agrees with them and says I'm tough for attempting to have a family evicted when they did nothing wrong to break the rules. Renters get evicted, not owners, by the way. YTA. YTA not only for attempting to get a family who owns their home evicted during a housing crisis, but definitely as they've broken no rules. You also have some seriously unrealistic, entitled ideas about apartment life. YTA. Babies cry. 2-year-olds make noise. Facts of life. As your landlord pointed out, they are observing the rules. Either move to one of the complexes your neighbor suggested or buy some noise-canceling headphones and listen to some music. Or, if you prefer silence, foam rubber earplugs work well. Do you understand what eviction is? You want to put a family with 1 small child and a baby out on the street for your own benefit. Like you actually called the landlord. You're awful. Disgusting. YTA. Holy fuck, how did you even feel the need to ask this? As you said, they keep it down during quiet hours. So they aren't doing anything wrong. Kids make noise. If you don't want to deal with that, move to a place with no kids. Don't try to get a family with a baby put out on the streets. YTA 100%. What the hell did I just read? Trying to get a family with young kids evicted over nothing? They literally did nothing wrong. If you can't handle the noise, then you should listen to your neighbor and move somewhere quiet. The level of entitlement is astounding. YTA. What would you have them evicted them over in the first place if no rules are being violated? And how do you evict someone who owns property? Info. What the fuck is wrong with you? YTA. Kids are loud. People are loud. They're not breaking any rules. And if you need silence, go buy yourself a single-family house in a rural area. Trying to evict a family for your own personal comfort is a massively off thing to do. I have sensory issues due to ADHD. And I avoid small humans in my social life as much as possible. Because I know they're kids. They're loud. And they're supposed to be loud. I understand that you're annoyed. But you have choices. 1. Invest in some good soundproofing. If the flat is yours. 2. Move to a place without small humans. Wanting to throw out a family because you have an issue makes you an asshole. An entitled asshole, whose needs supersede all others. I have news for you. Love. The world does not revolve around you. Grow up. YTA. YTA. A massive asshole. YTA, you really should have accepted the advice and moved to a place with no kids. Most places don't have quiet hours during the day like this. Only at night. A few of the places I've lived it was 10 p.m. till 6 a.m. and that's it. Also props to the mom for being able to keep the kids under 3 quiet during the 2 to 5 block. Especially a 1-year-old who wouldn't grasp the concept anywhere near as well. Granted, you're likely a troll because unless you hate kids, this seems pretty stupid to get upset over. YTA. They're quiet when they're supposed to be. And that alone is a feat with kids that age. What made you think asking someone not to let their children play in their own home was a good idea? That would go over well? Just wondering. YTA. Not even a question. They're quiet during quiet hours and aren't breaking other rules. You are not the landlord. You have no right to evict them. The mother is right. Hearing your neighbors as a part of apartment living. If you don't like it, move to a house, preferably so future apartment neighbors don't have to deal either your entitlement. YTA. When you live in an apartment complex, you live up your neighbors' assholes and you just need to be considerate that living causes noises. I can hear my neighbors all the time and don't care because they're not being unreasonable. They're not having parts at 2 a.m. on a Wednesday morning. I hear them living. That's the problem with apartment blocks and flats, etc. How dare you waltz into this apartment complex and attempt to make a family homeless because you're too dumb to realize that you need to deal with neighbor noise in an apartment complex. YTA, and you are entitled and should pull your head out of your ass. I find it funny you are claiming they are not respecting you, but you are the one being disrespectful. You should move after your lease is up. YTA. I dislike kids. I really do. I am not a kid-friendly person. However, I understand that kids make noises when they play and babies cry. That's just life. The mom is absolutely right on both counts in that they are quiet during quiet times. And anything else beyond that is just kids being kids, and you're going to have to put up with it or move. If you don't want any kids near you, then yeah, you are going to have to move to a mid-free complex. That is your choice. Also, if they own their apartment, then there is nothing you can do. Especially since they are respecting quiet time and aren't breaking any rules. Info. What kind of noise does the 3-year-old make? Is the kid just a bit loud or screaming her head off as if she's being murdered? YTA. You said yourself they follow the rules. I tried to leave a note on their doors to keep the kids from playing multiple times and asked them to do it out of respect for the neighbors. You seriously think they should stop their kids playing? Like, playing? We're not talking breaking things or banging on your door, etc. Just a toddler playing? Damn, this reeks of entitlement. My husband and I don't like dealing with other people's kids or non-stop barking dogs. What did we do about it? We bought a house with lots of land way out in the country and in the woods. And then we bought the surrounding properties. We didn't try to change anyone's neighborhood. We didn't intrude on anyone else's lifestyle or noise. Kids are loud. Babies cry. Dogs bark. Teens blast their music loud. And some folks yell and fight all the time. There's nothing we can do about it. We just put ourselves where we wanted to be when we could afford to do so. Problem solved.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic AITA is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.